You're listening to Power Talk, Berkeley Electric Cooperative's official broadcast about the cooperative, our communities, and ways to use energy wisely. And now, let's join our hosts for today's episode. Good morning and welcome to Power Talk. This is Micah Ponce, the Communications and Media Specialist here at Berkeley Electric Cooperative, joined as always by Ms. Libby Roerig, the Director of Marketing and Communications.
Good morning, Micah. You know, my favorite shows are always when we have somebody from the community join us. So we've got a great show for our listeners today.
And a topic that I'm very invested in as well.
Indeed, yes, yes.
I like me some books.
Yeah.
But I'm jumping the gun.
Uh-oh.
We have our special guest, Ms. Gabbi Pace, let's see if I can get it all in one take here, Mobile Library Outreach Library. Nope, see, look.
Nope.
Librarian. There we go. Gabbi Pace, the Mobile Library Outreach Librarian of Berkeley County Library System. There we go. I got it all. Yay,
Good
Micah.
job.
Good job, Micah. Well, welcome to the show, Gabbi.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
We have a tradition when we have somebody new on the show. First, we present them with their own Power Talk mug.
Oh my goodness, I was eyeing these and was like, where do I get one?
The only place and the only way.
Librarians drink a lot of coffee and or tea, so thank you. It's very on brand. I love it.
Actually, I haven't seen any of those in Goodwill yet. Donated them, so I think people are actually keeping them.
That will be my most prized possession.
Yeah, the only way you get one is by spending a podcast with us.
That's
I
right.
feel very special. Thank you.
Well, good. Well, welcome.
Yes.
Thank you.
And the other thing that we do when we have somebody new on the show is we ask them to give us a little bit of a background of how they got into their field and how they ended up here with us today.
Yeah, of course. So like you said, I'm a librarian. I grew up in libraries my whole life. My grandmother taught me to read and always had me in the library. I did my undergraduate in English education, so I was an English teacher first. But I had been in library work like in college. I worked in my college's library, and I loved it. I really, really did. So I knew that was calling me. So I went and got my master's in library science, and while I did that, I worked downtown in Charleston libraries. Then I was a media specialist, funny enough, but a different kind of media specialist. I was a middle school media specialist over at Sedgefield Middle School, just right down the road. And then when that was kind of, me realizing I was ready to move on, I actually was the arts and entertainment coordinator, completely shifted. I did that with City of Goose Creek for a year, and that's actually where I met Libby.
Yeah. So
with the Arts Commission.
Yeah, I volunteer for the Cultural Arts Commission for the City of Goose Creek. And Gabbi came aboard the city when we were just opening the Danning Amphitheater, which is such a lovely venue. If you haven't been, please look for an opportunity to check it out. And really just set us on a course of success with that venue. And
it was such a blast. It was such a fun time in my life. But this position came available, which I'd always said when I got my library science degree, that if an outreach librarian position ever came available, I needed to take it because they're rare. Yeah. And it came available and I took it. So I've been at this job for a little over a year now, and I really feel like I found my niche. I kind of got to combine library work with the community work I got to do with the City of Goose Creek. And so I've just really settled, and I'm having a great time just serving my community. It's been great.
So we're going to get more into, the bookmobile and its mission, but are you from Berkeley County originally?
I'm not, but I'm South Carolina born and raised. And then I moved here to be with my then boyfriend, now husband, and came here about 8 years ago now, and we settled in Goose Creek. I specifically picked Goose Creek.
Same.
Which a lot of folks were surprised about because this was like 8+ years ago, which was when it was starting, but not nearly. But I was like, this is the perfect location. I loved how conveniently located it was, and I thought it was so cute. Yeah. And so I consider myself, a Goose Creekian now.
Yeah. So. Yeah. We chose Goose Creek as well because it's just so centrally located, and we just loved it's kind of the small town feel, but proximity to big city stuff. But I would imagine with your current role getting out, because Berkeley County is huge.
Yes, it is massive.
Yeah.
It's the size of Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Actually.
Wow.
Which
I did not know.
Yes, it's very spread out.
Yeah.
So my position as outreach librarian takes me all over the county, places I had never been before, and it's really let me fall in love with our rural areas too, which has been really cool.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into that, I will have to share, just, since we got new folks on, we always do some personal sharing and whatnot.
Okay.
But A, my grandmother was a librarian, and B, she also got me into reading.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I love the link point there.
Yeah.
That's great.
So my first Piers Anthony, there was a series of books in a mythical world called Xanth.
Oh, cool.
That was very pun-based. So horseflies.
Gotta love a pun.
Horseflies were small little horses that had wings and flew around and things like that. So,
I will have to look into that. I don't
Yep.
think I've ever read, but that sounds like my brand. So,
So I too was an English major, but Pizza Hut got me into reading.
okay.
That's a great motivator. I love that.
Back when I was in school,
Oh,
if
that's
you
right, yep.
read so many books, you got a
Yep.
free personal pan pizza. And it was
Yep.
delicious.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
great. I love
whatever
that.
works, man.
Very food
Yeah.
motivated. Well, Gabby, Berkeley Electric is so proud to be a longtime partner of the Berkeley County Library System. So we're thrilled to have you here with us today to share more information about how the Bookmobile is serving the community.
Yeah.
So can you tell us more about the mobile library and its purpose?
Yes, of course. First, I have to say that we call it the MORE Library, which is an
Oh.
acronym.
Okay.
It stands for Moving Our Resources Everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what we try to do
Yeah.
with the mobile library. We try to get our resources to all people in the county. My biggest passion is equitable access for all. And so that's really what we're trying to do. We're trying to bridge that gap. We have lots of amazing brick and mortar, non-moving
Yeah.
libraries. We have 7 all across the county. But as we mentioned, the county's huge, and there's a lot of space in between those libraries that we really want to fill. And so that's where the mobile library comes in. So we just drive our mobile library to places where we see a need. I feel like a little bit of a crazy person. I literally have a map with pins
Yeah.
in it where we have physical library branches where we currently have mobile library stops. And I'm always just trying to kind of see where we can add,
Yeah.
See where that need is. So we set up in like Hugie and Bono and Cross and places like that where they might be very rural. But we also set up in more populated areas where maybe there's access that is in need, like a different kind of access is needed. So maybe it's not distance that's a concern, but maybe it's mobility. So we go to several senior living facilities as well, and community centers. Just for people who can't get out to the library, we're bringing the library into them instead.
Yeah. And we have such a huge influx of people moving to the area. So if you moved here from New Jersey and you're living in Carnes or Nexton and loving your life, you probably don't have a reason to drive out to Cross or St. Stephen, so
I never had been before I had this position.
Unless you're from here and you have family in some of these more remote areas, you don't understand how diverse the county itself is.
Right. Yeah.
And how huge this is to be able to take the library to communities that don't have a brick and mortar library nearby, or a library that they can travel to, even if it is nearby, like you're saying with seniors.
Yeah, Hugie is probably one of our most popular stops, and there's no wonder. It's 30 minutes in either direction from the closest library, almost, estimate. There's one in Daniel Island, and there's one all the way in Monk's Corner. And Hugie kind of is smack in the middle between the two.
Yeah.
And so we have... Hugie is probably also our most grateful stop. We're constantly being told how appreciated we are for that visit, and it always makes me feel warm inside.
Shout out Hugie.
Yes, and also while we're doing shout outs, I absolutely could not do this without my 2 amazing coworkers, T and Bria. They are absolutely amazing. Whenever you come and visit us at one of our stops, or you see us at one of our lobby stops, which I'll get into in a second, it's always all 3 of us or 2 of the 3 of us, so I couldn't do it without them. They're absolutely astounding. funding.
Oh, that's
Yep.
fun. You got a whole squad.
Oh, for sure. That's the outreach team. We're definitely a squad, so it's great.
So the non-mobile locations consist of Monk's Corner, Goose Creek, Canton Bay, Hanahan, Daniel Island you referenced, Sangaree, and St. Stephen.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
I've been to a few of those. Haven't been to all of them. I have to sort of make that my Foursquare check-in place or whatever. Do they even do Foursquare anymore? I don't even know. That's showing my age.
No.
But talking about libraries and showing my age. Obviously we grew up with libraries. It's been a staple of many communities, and they're more than just a place to go get a book.
Yeah.
For a lot of people.
I'm so glad you said that. I feel like the library has morphed and changed and grown. We tell, is anybody even reading books anymore? And one, yes, people are still reading books. Just because you're not reading a book doesn't mean nobody else is. But
a little feisty there.
There's so many different ways to read now.
One, there's so many different ways to read now, and two, the library is so much. It is books, yes, but it's so much more than books. We provide internet services. We provide checkouts for hotspots and Chromebooks.
Yeah.
And we're places where you can get AC, cooling, access to the internet, and yes, books, DVDs, video games. So we Legos and seeds. I don't know if y'all know about our seed library. Yeah,
that's cool.
But you're able to pick up seeds to plant as well.
Hey.
So there are so many things, and then of course our programming.
Yeah.
That we offer. So there are so many amazing things that you can do in the library. Not to mention the expertise that librarians have in this, age where there's lots of, you don't know what always is real and what isn't online, and disinformation. And librarians are here to help combat that and help kind of, spread some truth.
Yeah.
It's great.
Fighting the good fight. And, and it's not, I know the mobile library offers service physically to different areas, but there's also virtual access to the library via the Libby app.
Every time I use it, I think of you. Yes, thank you so much for bringing that up. Libby is an absolutely amazing resource.
Thank you.
It's basically an app that you can connect your library card to, and then it gives you access to free audiobooks and ebooks.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and that's for all ages too.
Yeah, and some libraries have access to different periodicals, so a lot of it's what you would normally find, in a physical library.
Yes.
You can access from a device as well.
Obviously with, I swore that I was always going to be a physical book reader, but over the years, unfortunately, I have turned to the dark side, where I'm reading on my phone. And I was like, first it was Kindle. I was like, Kindle's, it's close to a book. And then eventually just iPad and iPhone and everything. So, I have fallen to the dark side.
There is no snobbery here. All reading is reading.
Yeah. My husband has not gone to the dark side, and we have bookshelves all over our house, and I nicely decorate them with little tchotchkes, and it's very aesthetic until he starts cramming in books in the holes that I've purposely left for white space.
Oh, that's funny.
I keep threatening to sell them.
That's funny. I do a little bit of both. If a book is super long, honestly, and heavy to carry around, I break out my Kindle. And then if there's a book that just because it does feel good to hold a book. Yeah. But listen, and also I'm an instant gratification person. So when something is immediately available on Libby, I'm like, oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll grab that rather than waiting.
I've never used the Libby system or actually checked out a book electronically. How does that work?
So when you download the app, you do have to have a library card first.
Okay.
And so you would need to either go in person to your library and sign up, or you are able to sign up online and you get a temporary card, and then you come and you do proof of residence at a physical location later. But you get a library card, or you have a library card already, and then you download the Libby app. All you have to do is type in your library card number and sign up for Libby, and then you have access. Yeah. And then you can just start, borrowing books and putting books on hold, just like you can your normal physical books.
Oh, well, there you go. Just got to talk to Libby.
It sounds like she's an expert. So.
Y'all, I'm just out here doing what I can.
I mean, and like we said, there's a lot of things that you can do in the library. I mean, of course, I remember going for story time. Is that something that y'all still do?
Yes. So library story times are offered at our brick and mortar locations, and you can find out more information about that on our socials or our website. But also, when I go to our stops, I offer story times at stops where, typically I know that we have any stop that we've built up a good base. I offer a story time because I love doing story time. It's a blast.
Oh, and then the last thing I got to ask about is the seed library, because since I just went on vacation, I tried the whole, you take like a water bottle and put little holes in it and then stick it in to sort of self-water while you're gone. Did not work as well as, well, I don't have automatic sprinkle.
No, you just get a timer for your faucet. That's what I do.
Okay, let me just more technologically advanced than I am.
No, it's
but in any case,
$20 timer. Program it.
I need seeds, Libby. I need new seeds is my point. My plants are dead or dying, and I need new seeds. Like, so what kind of stuff do y'all have? And I mean,
my goodness, they have so much.
And how does it work? I mean, because I've never actually heard of the seed library.
Yes. So, there's lots of seeds of all kinds. I know for I put on hold for myself and got cherry tomato seeds and oregano and zucchini. And so they have fruits, they have vegetables, they have herbs, they have all kinds of things. Yes, I believe flowers too. Basically anything you'd find in your, little hardware store seed section. But you can go and look at the whole selection on our website through the seed. There's a tab for seed library, and then you can go and you're just filling out a form saying what seeds you like, and you're putting in your library card, and what you're doing is you're actually putting a hold, just like you'd put a book on hold for seeds, and then you would go to your library of choice, the mobile library perhaps. You'd go to the library that you'd like to pick them up at, and then
it's
pick
a
the
mobile
seeds
library, so then it would come to me, right?
If we set up in your neighborhood, sure.
He lives right here in Monk's Corner.
You're fine.
I'm very close to the Monk's Corner Library, so it's not a big imposition for me, I guess.
Yeah, but you can do everything in the mobile library that you can do in a standard brick and mortar branch.
Well, I mean, you talk about, you go to the different locations, and I'm sure you go to the same type of places. I mean, do you all develop, you'll see the sort of the same people over and over again? Do you get your regulars that show up?
Yeah, that's been one of the biggest differences, because like I mentioned, I have worked in other types of libraries before, and this has been the most unique in that most everyone we see is a regular, because we're coming to their house essentially, for a lot of these people, or we're going.
You just said you wouldn't come to my house.
We come to their neighborhood, rural neighborhoods, far away from libraries. But no, we're either coming into their neighborhood, if they're living in a more remote area, like I mentioned, or we're coming directly into their lobby of, the senior living home that they're in or whatever. And so we really develop a base of mostly the same people every single time. And so we make sure that whatever we're bringing, because we do have a smaller selection than others, so we rotate that selection, and we make sure that whatever we're bringing is kind of tailored to those that we know that we'll be seeing, and so that and a lot of times too, we'll utilize the hold system to bring folks a very select amount of materials. Like if we know that somebody likes Danielle Steele, we'll make sure that we bring her some select, some Danielle Steele just for her. And then every time a new one comes out, we're like, oop, I know who wants that book. And then we'll put that on hold for them.
Boy, that was just
so
a throwback for me. I worked at Walden Books.
She's still going.
I was about to say, I worked at Walden Books, and I remember ladies coming in and buying stacks of Danielle. And that was a while ago. And you said she is still writing?
Books are still being published.
Okay, we'll put it that way.
I'll say she's still alive.
I believe so. Books are still coming out under the Danielle Steele name, and people are still rabid for them.
Yeah, it's a brand.
Yeah, as a kid, they used to have all the TV movies of some of her books. I'm like, oh my gosh.
To my understanding, she's still alive. I don't know how involved in the writing she is anymore, but I don't want to sing songs out of school about her either. But there are definitely still books being published.
And that was during the era when Fabio graced the cover of most of the romance novels. So, I was very knowledgeable in that realm back in the day.
That's really cool.
That was high school into college. I worked at Walden Books.
That's great.
Yeah.
Was very familiar with Fabio's flowing golden tresses.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many requests in the senior living facilities we get for. It's a blast.
Well, folks, if you're just now tuning in, welcome to Power Talk, and we are sitting here talking with Ms. Gabbi from the Berkeley County Mobile Library, and talking about all the things that the mobile library can do for our local communities.
Yeah. So, Gabbi, we mentioned you do crafts, too, at some of your stops. What type of crafts do you guys do?
Yeah, so most of the time they're take and make crafts is what we call them, because we don't have a lot of space inside the bookmobile. And depending on our stop, we might not have a ton of space outside either. It's my goal to expand the amount of crafts we're able to do, but we're only at each stop for an hour or a little bit more. We want to make sure that, there's still plenty of time to check out books and all the things. So most of the crafts that we do are in little brown bags.
Okay.
And then we'll give them out to people to be able to do on their own. And everything they need for the craft is inside the bag.
Oh, cool.
But there are some exceptions. I've been doing every now and then, not like a specific time, but a paint-along activity with the St. Stephen Seniors Center there. We're doing one next month. I'm very excited about that for the summer. We did one around Valentine's Day as well. And they've been having a great time with that. Just we put on a YouTube video of the paint along, and I bring all the supplies, and I say, you don't have to follow this if you don't want to. Just enjoy being creative. And we just have a great time. And that harkens back to my little arts. I always think about how that feels like an evolution of the arts and entertainment job I had with the city of Goose Creek. But yeah, so I have a great time doing that with them. It's so much fun.
Speaking of arts and crafts, I was just on quote unquote vacation, where my daughter and wife put me through an oyster shell ornament sweatshop.
Oh, but those are so cool.
Yeah, for Christmas ornaments and whatnot. Yes, so I was.
Were you decoupaging?
They were decoupaging. I was given a pile of dirty oyster shells that I got to clean outside in the heat, and
I'm glad they included you,
and
Micah.
then drill through and sucking up oyster dust and getting my hand cut by it's stuck and it spins on the drill bit. So yeah, that was.
That's a great use of your time. Well done.
If nothing else, all the Christmas ornaments for the family, like gift type thing.
Yeah.
They're done now. Christmas in July, I guess.
Yeah.
But
you're way ahead of the game.
So.
But talking about the painting, another throwback to my childhood, Bob Ross. You know, I just what a cool cool childhood memory. And,
that's great.
Yeah.
I did the Sesame Street, so I remember doing all the little,
right.
all the Sesame Street stuff. They did, the sort of learning along, sort of, wasn't YouTube back in the day. You had turn it to Channel 3.
Right. Yeah, it's all on YouTube now. So, Gabbi, what other outreach activities is the mobile library engaged in?
Yeah, so we try to do whatever the needs of the community are. We get invited to a lot of events, and we go to all the events that we're able to attend. School outreaches are especially, popular. There will be various like family literacy nights they'd have, or back to school bashes and things like that. We'll be at Goose Creek's Kids Fest here at the beginning of August. We get invited to a lot of cross community events out in Cross. So just going where we're needed, so long as we're able. But then we've also been doing some smaller outreaches as well. There's a Latino Family Literacy Project initiative that's been going on in Berkeley County. And that's been really, really cool. We've gone to a few different schools with the Berkeley County Multilingual Family Liaison. And we bring books into the school, and we sign parents up for library cards, and we give them information about library programming and things of that nature, so that they can be set up, with access to our library materials that they might not have known about. And then we have the benefit of the translator right there. So we sign them up for a library card just right there at the school while they're, in this meeting. And then I have a selection of Spanish books, which not everybody in those meetings speaks Spanish, but the majority of the folks do.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess in that one, yes, they do.
Okay.
There's been a couple other events I've gone to that oh my goodness, we have such a wide range of languages and cultures reflected in Berkeley County. But specifically for the Latino Family Literacy Project, those are predominantly Spanish speakers.
Yeah, we'll actually be at the Goose Creek Library. Well, we're at the Goose Creek Library for
Reading with the River Dogs.
There you
event.
go.
Oh, great. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So
We've been partnering with the Johns Island Library over in Charleston County, and it's a huge success. The kids and parents love it. We have a couple of River Dogs players come in and read some titles in English and Spanish and sing some songs in English and Spanish. And
mascots, too?
Yeah, mascots from all parties involved. This summer was our first event to be able to partner at the Goose Creek Library. So,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Good crowd for our first event there. So, we're real happy and, continue to spread the love to as many locations as we can.
Yeah, and Goose Creek especially is so diverse.
Right,
with so many different languages and cultures, which is wonderful, So we're happy to help, even for the kids who come just speaking English. It's a great cultural experience for them to engage and experience different languages as well.
Yeah, we always say windows and mirrors in the library community, being able to see out into experiences, other than your own, but also to be able to see your own experience reflected back at you.
Yeah, so that's an awesome way to think about it. Yeah.
Well, we're talking about all things that we've been doing. So what's next for y'all's outreach team?
Yeah, so we've really worked on adding a lot of stops over the last year that, I've been here, and that's been really exciting. But I'm still always kind of keeping an eye out for places that could be a better fit or, that could just serve our community in new and exciting ways. So I'm kind of keeping an eye out for that. We have a couple of blank spots on our schedule that I've got a couple ideas for. I'm beholden to board approval, so I'm kind of waiting on that sort of thing. But I'm really hopeful in the trajectory in terms of, where all we're set up. Like I mentioned, I'm also looking to add more crafting, more programming, and just really build up a base of more regulars at the stops that we have currently, because I really just want us to be as effectual for our community as possible. And I also am looking for the community to give me an idea of what the community needs. I don't want to presuppose that I know what the community wants or needs. So I'm just trying to listen and then move forward from that based upon the feedback I hear.
Does the library system have any opportunity for volunteers?
Yes, there are some opportunities for volunteering. That's not something I'm as familiar with, so I would definitely reach out, especially to the branch managers. I can't think of much that we would need volunteers for on the bookmobile, just because it's a small space. But
so many people you can cram in there.
But I know that there are definitely volunteer opportunities. So definitely reach out to probably Lori O'Toole.
Okay.
And or the specific branch you'd be interested in, the manager there, and kind of go from there.
Which, kind of brings me to our next question. If someone's interested in learning more about the bookmobile or the Berkeley County Library System, how would they get more information?
Yeah, so we do have social media. We have a X, an Instagram, and a Facebook. I know that at least for the mobile library, we post our schedules every 1st and 15th of every month for wherever we're going to be for the next 2 months. On Facebook and Instagram. We also do have a website, and that is a font of amazing information, including the bookmobile schedule there as well, but also other programming on the schedule there that you can find information about. We also have remind notifications that can go out to you so that you'll be aware of just the goings on in the library. But yeah, lots of ways to find out more.
So the remind notifications, is that kind of a text or a email?
That's my understanding. They would go on the website to sign up for that.
Awesome.
So what are just real quick before we wrap up? What are the cool kids reading this day? I know Harry Potter's sort of passe now. Well, I mean, he's not passe, but I mean that's it's been out for a few years.
Yeah.
So,
Sure. Well, the kids specifically. Have you heard of a little name called Dogman?
Oh.
Dogman, that is the big.
No. Okay.
Oh yes.
There
Now
we go.
he's been popular for years and years and years. But you remember Captain Underpants?
Oh yeah.
Same author.
Okay.
But it's a graphic novel. Just came out with a movie that I liked way more than I thought I would. So the kids love that. The kids love Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I feel like both of those are still pretty ubiquitous, even though those were around even when I was kind of in my teen years. Very, very popular. If you're looking for a replacement for something like Harry Potter, I'm a big fan of Amari and the Night Brothers. That series is a lot of fun. It's like magical FBI sort of. It takes place in Atlanta, Georgia, with just this great cast of characters. I'm such a fan. So if you're looking for something to fill that void, I would suggest that. But
My son's 11 and he loves the graphic novels. I can't think of the author, but it's historical stories. So, Harriet Tubman, or there's a New Orleans story, but I can't think
is
of
it
the author.
it's a graphic novel series?
It's a series, and he dives into different things.
Yeah, I can't think of that off the top of my head, but yeah, and then there's all kinds of cool stuff. There's a new graphic novel series, Osborne. I'm blanking on the first name, but the Magic Tree House books.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, there's and I grew up with the Magic Tree House books, but so there's been a trend of graphic novel adaptations of the stuff we grew up with. So there's that, and then there's also Babysitter's Club.
Yep.
It's a graphic novel series now, and Babysitter's Little Sister, which is like a spinoff.
Wasn't that like back in the 80s they had that?
It was at least the 90s, but
it was my time and before. I feel like I remember being like, oh, those are a little bit older. But so that's been because graphic novels are so popular.
They are.
And I tell you what, I said no snobbery here. Graphic novels, that's one thing I'm not a snob about, because that's building literacy skills and letting you apply the visual with its built-in context clues. It's great. So.
And for all the adults, apparently Danielle Steele is eternal. So thank you for tuning in to Power Talk. This is the official broadcast of your electric cooperative. You can catch up on past episodes on streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple, and iHeartRadio. And as always, get a behind-the-scenes look on Berkeley Electric's YouTube channel. So until next time, this is Power Talk signing off.